Uh, I respect the head coach that we're getting ready to go up against so darn much. It's unbelievable. He is one of the pillars of the Big 12, of course. He was like that with the Pac-12. He's a legend. He's a legend. He's a true legend. What he's done consistently in Utah is unbelievable. So I have not only respect but admiration for what he's accomplished, and I would just wish my career could be a portion of what he's accomplished and all the young men that he's sent on to the NFL, as well as a better situation for themselves with the tools that he's instilled in them. But my hat's off to that whole staff and what they've accomplished over decades. Let's go.
Hey, Coach.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? Nikki Edwards, CU Sports Report. Just curious, Jimmy's status for this week and how he's feeling.
It's going to be day by day. We hope he's able to work Thursday. If he give us a good Thursday, Friday, then he's a go. Jimmy's the kind of guy that he likes to practice, but, I don't think he's capable right now, but you never know how that will change by Thursday, by week's end. Tremendous asset to our offense. It disables us a little bit for doing certain things because he's so explosive, and it's always the threat of him scoring from anywhere on the field. But he's in the training room early, getting his treatment, and we're praying for him right now.
Hey, Coach. Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report. I know that you're aware.
I thought you stole them.
You can have your shoes back.
They must don't fit.
Nah, they fit very well. I told you I got them on level way.
No, you can take them. Go ahead and take them. They hurt my feet.
Say no more.
In warm-ups, they hurt my feet. How does a man wait for you to take shoes off? Yeah. He's unbelievable. They have so much. He's worth so much and he's so frugal. It reminds me of somebody. Mirror.
Coach, I know that you're aware kind of what people nationally are saying about your team. Is it
Not really. I'm aware of a couple of y'all in here. What you saying about our team?
It feels like the conversation has kind of turned from earlier in the season. It was, Shador and Travis. Now people are starting to take note. Hey, they're playing well at the line of scrimmage. They've got these other receivers. The secondary's playing really well.
Right.
Is that refreshing for you to kind of see?
No, not
people
really,
see the
because
light a little bit?
if we believed you now, we would have believed you then. So which one of you do we believe? So why would we listen? We don't have time for that, honestly, because we know who we are, what we are, how we are, where we're going, and we know how to get there. So we don't listen to the outside noise, and that's something that we prepare our young men for on a daily basis, not just with football, but with life. Stop allowing people to tell you who you are. Your actions, your consistency, your lifestyle should really tell them who you are. Not a voice that's oftentimes laced with a bit of jealousy and envy about what you accomplish. Especially, he's a young man. I could never understand how a grown man is jealous of a young man, or even a grown man is jealous of another man. I don't understand that. When you have the same amount of time, you got 24/7, 365, just like we do. Do something with yours. Because I don't feel that way about anybody in here. I want all you to be successful. I want all you to make it. I want you all to soar. Whatever job or whatever career, forget job. Job just pays you enough to make it back to work. Whatever career that you guys want, I want you to attain it, man. I really do. I truly do. 100%. I want you to be the most happiest, peaceful person that they can ever live. Because that stuff is contagious, man. Good question, though. Love it.
Coach Ryland Scholes from Ralphie Report. This has been a historic season for the program, and things are only going to start getting crazier with Big Noon coming this week. Mm-hmm. I was just curious how often you get a chance to take a step back and take in the magnitude of what you've done here and how things have changed in the last 2 years.
I never try to take a step back. I try to take a step up. I'm always with my head out the window. I'm trying to see around the corner, not trying to see straight ahead. It's normalcy for everybody to see what's in front of them. I'm trying to see around the corner. That's the relationship I have with the Lord, to help me see around the corner so I can help navigate these young men as well as the women that's attached to our program to a better way and a better life. So I don't get caught up in the you go boys or the you ain't nothing. You know, if I would have listened to you guys earlier, I got to listen to you now. So I might as well just put some headphones on and block you out. Notice I don't have a sponsor for headphones, but that would have been a good placement for a sponsor.
Hey, Coach. Brian Hallible, the Day of the Camera. Got two questions for you. First off, Coach Whittingham yesterday was talking about how this is the toughest year of his career. They're obviously not playing like they thought they would. But what do you see out of them that still makes them dangerous for you guys this week?
It's simplistic for him. I mean, I think the reason he's saying that because he's had quarterback woes, and he's normally had consistency at that position. But they hadn't quit. They're still tough. They're still aggressive. They're still stout defensively. They can still do some things that force you into some looks. You cannot take this team lightly. I don't give a darn what their record is. As long as he's over there on that sideline, you better be prepared for a tough game. Thank God it's at home and it's early. I like it like that.
That goes into my second question because they've been known for their physicality. You guys are starting to show that as well.
I think we've been physical throughout the year.
Right.
But you guys are just starting to notice that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it wasn't there last year, but it is this year.
We ain't talking about last year. Ain't nobody talking about last year but you.
But what do you feel like has made the difference? What's really kind of got that physicality in this team?
We've changed the roster. We flipped the darn roster, remember? Remember all the changes? Yeah, we flipped the roster. That's probably, that has a lot to do with it. We've gotten the people that we wanted. You can't keep forgetting, we got here in December a couple years ago, right? That's kind of tough. Backs was up against the wall. It was kind of tough. We flipped the darn roster, and I'm proud of them. I'm proud of these young men. I'm proud of the coaching staff. Flip that too. Proud of them.
Hey, Coach, Pat Graham, Associated
How
Press.
you doing, sir?
I am doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. Kind of a bigger picture question here. You know, signing days.
Oh, you went to the hood on me, baby. You got the Monarchs. You got the Monarchs, baby. You got the Monarchs, baby. Yes, Lord.
Satchel Paige.
You know, I tell you what, when we go to Kansas City, you want to go to it's the Hall of Fame,
You
right?
got to go there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah. We got to stop by something, man.
Got to.
Okay.
It's worth it.
We're going to try.
Barbecue and
I
baseball.
don't want no barbecue. The baseball.
Hey, so signing day is December 4th, earlier
sir.
this year. And I guess it's in the middle of everything. How do you find time to do that and do everything else? And when would be an ideal time for signing day?
We have a staff dedicated to that, and we have coaches that are dedicated to that also, as well as I. It's not a week or a few days that go by that we're not talking to a recruit that we've targeted. We kind of know a little more than you all know because we don't let you in on everything, that how this is going to play out. But also, it's a tremendous balancing act that you have to do between the portal and high school. God, I don't want to let you in on so many things, but let me just give you this example. Just say we get 25 high school players. How many is going to play that freshman year at the most? Let's say 4 or 5, right? And so now you got 20 guys redshirted. So when you go through that spring with that 20 guys redshirted, how many are you going to retain after that spring? Or how many are going to jump in the portal on you? Let's just do it. If any one of you want to go statistically and try to calculate this, I already done it. So it's going to be how many? Half. Okay, why don't I just focus on 10? Guys that can, see, when we grab a freshman, we expect that guy to play. We're not looking at, hey, man, we can just redshirt you, develop you. No. We're looking for you to come in and play some football. I don't give a darn if it's a walk-on, if it's a Cash Cleveland. We expect you to play. So our approach is somewhat different, heavily scrutinized, heavily criticized, but we know what we're doing. So if anybody ever did the homework and the statistics of these young men, that people have a class that they say is the #1 class in the nation, then 5 of those guys play or 4 of those guys play, then the rest go through the spring, then they jump in the portal. Give me those numbers. Don't give me the numbers of where you rank nationally in recruiting, because it's just like an NFL team. You always say who won the draft. Then the team gets killed all year. You don't say nothing else about it. Who won the draft last year in the NFL? Nobody care right now, right? Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Hi, Coach. Adam Munster Tiger, 24/7 Sports. Is Tyler Brown expected to continue to kind of cross-train
Yes.
a little bit here?
He's there. He's there if we need him, when we need him. Defensive line did a great job last week, and we didn't need him as expected. But the first guy goes down, he needs to go in that rotation. And once he develops and get a little better, he'll be in the rotation. He doesn't have to wait for something bad to happen. The guy played his butt off offensively. It's amazing that I think one of his best offensive games was last week, and he split time all week long playing both ways. But I'm proud of him, 100%. I'm proud of that entire line. Keeping guys off Shador, and you know the formula. We give him time to throw. We got a great chance to win.
Is there a chance we could see Shane Coates again this season?
Yeah, you're definitely going to see him this season. Yeah, I don't know about this week, but you're definitely going to see him this season, especially with the Shane Coates I know.
Hey, Coach.
Jack Harlow.
Thanks, Coach. Was wondering if you had an update on Nikhil Webb-Walker and just how he's doing. Is he back home now?
Yes.
Okay. Just wondering how
He's doing well. They just sent him some packages of some things that were needed, and he's doing well.
Hey, Coach. Scott Proctor, DNVR. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing well. Obviously, a handful of guys in their final year.
Was he on that show with y'all? I thought I saw him. You did good, man.
Appreciate that, Coach.
You did good.
Means a lot.
How's it working with Neely?
It's an experience,
This is-
to say the least.
Well stated.
Yeah.
Well
You like
stated.
that? Yeah, for sure. Obviously, a handful of guys on this team in their final year of eligibility, but there are a lot of young guys, freshmen, sophomore, contributing in big spots. What do you think that says about kind of the direction of this program, where it's at?
Well, I like where we're headed. I like where we're trending. I really enjoy the thought process of us getting better and better. It's not like we're digressing in some areas. I think we're getting better and better as time goes on. You're right. We have several defensive linemen that are moving on. We have, I think, 3 receivers that are moving on, 4 including Travis. But we've made the necessary projections and thought processes of the recruits that we're bringing in, and we know what we're going to get out of the portal. Maybe not the persons, but we know at this position we're going to go grab a couple mature young men out of the portal, and we've already have this thing mapped out. I mean, not only for this year, but for the year thereafter. So we're kind of thinking ahead on these things. These are the kind of things that I've shared with the best darn I don't even know how to describe Rick. One of the best men that I've met that has given me a tremendous opportunity, but we go over these things with Rick tremendously well before. Not that he asked me to, but I just want him to know where we're headed with personnel.
Nick, Coach, just to follow up to that, one of those young guys, Cash Cleveland, who I know you're excited about, taking advantage of his opportunity last week. His performance, was that something that kind of solidifies him as kind of the starting center, or is that going to continue to be a competition with him?
It's going to always be an ongoing competition with everybody, not just Cash. But he's performing. He's been consistent. He's grading out wonderfully, and he's not making many mistakes. The main thing is to get the ball to the quarterback. That's number one, and we got to do that consistently. We can't have hiccups in the midst of that. But Cash is doing a great job. We definitely Hank is Hank. I mean, Hank is still a great football player, we feel. But it's a battle. We would like to have that with every position. That thought process that there's another guy that's just as good that's going to challenge you for your job, and depending on how the week plays out, that's the guy that's going to start. That's where we are in that position.
Hey, Coach. Brady King, Denver 7. 2 quick ones for you. You mentioned the success of your defense, specifically Arden Walker. What has impressed you about him so far?
Don't give up. He's been labeled a starter, second team, third team, not even in the rotation, but he never gives up. He's relentless. He practices his butt off, never is a ignorant person to talk back and lash out at the coaches, always on time for everything. He's never on anybody's list, late list, this list, discipline list. He's a pillar of consistency, and he's learning the game day by day and understanding the expectations that we have for him. And I'm really proud of him.
And not football related, but Miss Peggy turns 100 next week. What has she just meant to you in this program?
Everything. Miss Peggy, in her own tremendous, loving way, she gives all of us hope. she gives all of us that unspeakable joy, that love, that respect. You know how many decades that we're apart, but we still found one another? I thank God for that. And just the little things she whispers, that's the remembrance of certain little things that she may say. Just her asking me about my mother. I told my mother the other day, Peggy would beat you in the 40, I'm telling you. Because she's going to get out the hole. I know she's going to get out the hole and you're not going to catch her. I said, you got to get up and get going now. Come on, Peggy, high stepping on you, Ma. And I mean, I was dead serious too. Because Peggy is just, she is like that, man. I mean, she gives me so much energy every darn time I see her. And you guys thought I was joking, man. I was really dedicated to get Peggy to a bowl game. Now we're trying to get Peggy to the game. Yeah, it was a bowl game. Now it's the game. Thank you. Great question. And she looks good in my shades.
Hey, Coach, John Treach, 9 News. Your former coach, Barry Switzer, always used to say, it's not about the X's and O's, it's about the Jimmies and Joes.
True.
Do you pass that sentiment down to your guys, that you have more firepower down the stretch?
Well, it's about both to me. The Jimmies and Joes are certainly the focal point. Then it gets to the X's and O's. We have a couple coordinators that are really good, And sometimes you guys are, you like giving Pat the credit that he deserves. Pat is unbelievable. Maybe because he had a stint in Denver, which Jesus of Nazareth couldn't have turned that around at the time. And what he had to work with, God bless him. But Pat has been incredible, and I love him to life in his relationship with our players and the way he challenges them, the way he challenges the staff. I mean, in his preparation and his dialect during the game is unbelievable, man. So it takes those Jimmies and Joes, but also you got to know what you're doing and know what you're calling. And we have a tremendous relationship with the coordinators, with the staff, with everybody that's inside the building that's working to make this program a powerhouse. Thank you all. God bless you.